Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kazuo Hirai.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us here. Both those of you who are right here at our CES exhibit, and of course, to those of you that are watching via live stream. And we also want to invite you to participate in real time and in our post-show Q&A at hashtag #SonyCES. Now, before we get into the actual presentation of some of the exciting things we're going to be talking about here at CES, I just wanted to spend a couple of minutes because I think it'd be remiss if I didn't mention Sony Pictures Entertainment and, of course, the comedy movie, The Interview. But before that, so how many of you actually went to see a great Sony movie this holiday? That's great. Thank you very much. Thank you. Annie is a fantastic movie, isn't it? So I want to thank you for seeing Annie as well. Anyway, but seriously, I think that both Sony Pictures Entertainment, former employees, and certainly current employees, they were unfortunately the victim of one of the most vicious and malicious cyber attacks that we've known, certainly in recent history. But I have to say that I'm very proud of all the employees and certainly the partners that we've worked with as well, who stood up against some of the extortionist efforts of the criminals that actually attacked Sony Pictures and its employees, and worked tirelessly, literally 24 hours a day, sometimes on days on end, to bring The Interview to audiences here in the United States and also up in Canada as well, across online venues as well as in motion picture theaters across the United States and Canada. And I have to say that freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom of association, those are very important lifelines of Sony and our entertainment business. And today, as you all know, The Interview is now available for audiences to enjoy through multiple online venues, as well as through our satellite, telecom, and our cable partners, and as of the first of this month, in more than 580 independent theaters, just alone here in the United States. And I certainly want to take this opportunity to thank all the partners who've made this possible, the members of the media who have supported our launch, but most importantly, the people who have gone out to see the movie in the theaters or through various online venues. And I want to take this opportunity to thank you very much for being a part of that great event where we were able to launch the movie publicly to everybody here. So thank you very much. By the way, Annie is also a great movie as well. 2 Golden Globe nominations, so go see Annie as well, please. Okay, so now back to our originally scheduled programming. So at Sony, we spent the past year emphasizing and talking to everybody about what drives us as a company. And those of you who have followed our conversations really know that Sony's deep desire is to deliver products and also experiences that are both technologically innovative, but also emotionally moving. Our spirit of innovation, fueled by deep curiosity, remains an absolute essential dimension of our strategic plan going forward. And today, right here, we'll show you and share with you many examples of our industry leadership across premium products that leverage strength and also show inventiveness as well as technological advancement that is defining our path forward. So, as an example, just this past November, right here in the United States, we unveiled PlayStation Vue, an innovative new cloud-based TV service that reinvents the television viewing experience. And PlayStation Vue brings the best of live TV and also an extensive catalog of the latest programming and content together, keeping you constantly connected to what's popular, what's new, and what's trending. From easy access to favorite shows, channels, and movies, to smart search capability, to catch-up and on-demand content, PlayStation Vue will allow viewers like yourselves to watch TV on your terms and on your schedules. So no longer bound to network programming schedules, you are in control of when and where you enjoy your favorite movies, television shows, and live television events. And PlayStation Vue has begun an invite-only beta preview during November in New York for select PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 3 owners, and PlayStation Vue will launch commercially during the first quarter of this year. And also, when we talk about innovation, one of the best examples is the application of our expertise to image sensing technologies, or image sensor technologies. And Sony continues to be the leader in this space. Now, we all know that many device manufacturers have been evolving their image sensors in an attempt to capture more accurately what our eyes can see. However, Sony's image sensors are surpassing the proficiency of our vision, and they're able to gather visual information even our eyes cannot perceive. Like, for example, speeds over 1,000 frames per second, higher sensitivity and dynamic range in varying light conditions, or a wider viewing field and further distances, especially when combined with advanced optical lens and signal processing technologies. Our original super high sensitivity CMOS image sensor is already used in our flagship interchangeable lens camera, the Alpha 7S. And with the sophisticated sensor that's contained within the Alpha 7S, this camera enables you to capture superb images with incredibly wide dynamic range in all types of conditions, from extremely low light to the brightest of sunlights. And this impressive capability means that you can capture great images even when conditions don't allow you to see the scene with such clarity with your own eyes. So think about it. This opens up countless opportunities for what you can shoot, when, and also where. Photography becomes more dynamic, more flexible, but more importantly, more fun. And with the achievement of such precise and advancing sensing technology, we're putting our sensors to work also in a new industry, automotive. As we have recently seen here at CES, the connection between the consumer electronics business and the automotive industry is certainly strengthening. And you all know, if you bought a car recently, I'm sure you've also been amazed at the number and also applications of various in-car sensors. And this growing automotive segment has enormous potential for Sony's advanced image sensors. Now, according to research, the quantitative market size of image sensors right here in the automotive segment, it's expected to grow by 4 times in the next 5 years. So that actually means that it's going to be an increase to about 120 million units on a worldwide basis. So we're aiming to take a leading position in providing advanced sensing technologies for this growing automotive industry. And Sony's sensing technology has the potential to offer critical support to automobile manufacturers seeking to provide better advanced drive assistance systems, or ADAS as we call it for short. And we anticipate that within a couple of years, our imaging and sensing expertise will help automotive manufacturers provide even more advanced drive assistance systems that ensure visibility throughout your drive, throughout your journey, whether on a dark road at night, or in inclement weather, or even in visually challenging high contrast moments, such as when you're driving from dark tunnels or garages right into bright sunlight. And Sony has also been a pioneer in developing ways to revolutionize your living space by integrating the audio-visual experience that you desire in your daily life and in very familiar surroundings. Now, our concept, which we call Life-Space UX, brings a new way to enjoy audio and visual content by eliminating completely the need for conventional displays and casings, and animating and illuminating the walls, lights, and sometimes even the ceilings of your home, giving them life. And this is an exciting concept that we are passionately pursuing at Sony. And we imagine it will offer you a seamless listening and viewing experience in your living space that enhances your enjoyment of your favorite content. And as you probably know, we've already introduced exciting, groundbreaking products in this Life-Space UX category, starting with the Ultra Short Throw 4K projector. And that product will be followed by the arrival of what we call the LED bulb speaker and also the portable short throw projector. And here at CES, we're showcasing another concept, and we call that the symphonic light speaker. This innovative product allows your favorite music to flow from a beautiful lamp fixture. The sound radiates outward in all directions, and it differentiates it from a more traditional speaker, which is best heard, obviously, when you're in front of it. Our symphonic light speaker has a crystal clear sound that surrounds you, which is enabled by Sony's proprietary advanced vertical drive technology. With this technology, the organic clear glass that envelops the lamp is able to actually reproduce even the higher frequency sounds without any exposed speaker units. It fills your room with music while obviously lighting up your daily life. And the symphonic light speaker demonstrates one of the countless opportunities for design and functionality to come together to create an ambience of light and sound that feels right at home in your living space. Life-Space UX is just another example of how Sony is opening up new possibilities, turning ideas into reality with our innovative technology and, of course, our engineering expertise. At every opportunity, Sony is responding to both your curiosity and our own about what's possible for technology. And we're committed to delivering emotionally compelling experiences that, of course, wow everyone in this room and consumers around the world. Our philosophy of kando is at the heart of every new venture that we pursue. Now, since I became CEO of Sony back in April of 2012, we've continued to accelerate our transformation efforts. Becoming more focused and driven, I have been committed to putting Sony on a course for future growth in fiscal 2015 and beyond. And our efforts have been concentrated in areas where we're uniquely positioned to outperform the competition. So in order for us to advance our turnaround efforts, we must continue to deliver innovative products that satisfy not just functional needs of our customers, but products that stimulate a more deeper emotional response. So let me introduce some categories where we're already seeing some promising results. First, the success of PlayStation 4 has enabled a broadening world of PlayStation. The PS4 platform is providing more immersive gameplay than ever before and allows PlayStation fans to enjoy a wide variety of game content. And with acclaimed blockbuster titles, as well as great network services, including socially connected experiences, PlayStation 4 sold more than 4.1 million units during this holiday season. And the total sell-through has now reached more than 18.5 million units since its launch. I'm liking those numbers. I'd say this is a remarkable success for this next generation console. And actually, this is exceeding the rate of adoption of any other PlayStation platform. And PlayStation Plus also continues to grow, offering a subscription service for content and services for the platform, and reached 10.9 million subscribers. Network services include Video Unlimited, Music Unlimited, as well as new initiatives such as PlayStation Now, as you know, a streaming game service on supported devices covering most PlayStation platforms, and of course, Sony devices such as the Bravia television. And with the arrival of PlayStation Vue that I talked about earlier, we now offer a comprehensive product platform with unparalleled entertainment experiences. PlayStation 4 continues to attract our valued users while providing the best place to play. And together with our third-party developers and publishers, including a remarkable group of independent game developers, we will continue to provide the best entertainment available while delivering Sony's signature wow to our valued customers. Our premium consumer cameras, such as the CyberShot RX series and the interchangeable lens camera Alpha 7 series, are critically acclaimed and have really established a loyal following from both photography enthusiasts as well as from professionals. And the latest addition to the Alpha 7 series is the Alpha 7 Mark II. We have further enhanced the image stabilization capability in this new model with the world's first full-frame camera with an optical 5-axis image stabilization technology that's built right into the camera. So you're no longer tethered to the tripod when you shoot at slow shutter speeds in low light situations or when you shoot extreme close-ups. So for example, with this camera, you can capture freshness of a quiet morning after a light rain as you zoom in on an extreme close-up of drops of rain on the petal of a flower. The images will be clear and crisp in the hazy morning light. This is just one example of the ways digital imaging products enable you to capture exquisite, even evocative moments with your Sony cameras. And we continue to lead with innovation. Innovation that delivers not just functional capability, but as I mentioned before, emotional resonance. Now, another innovation in the interchangeable lens camera segment is our fast and accurate focusing system called 4D Focus. Thank you. This autofocus system satisfies even the most discriminating camera enthusiasts when shooting fast-moving objects. And 4D Focus is already at work in our latest Alpha APS-C format cameras. And so we will continue to lead in the worldwide mirrorless camera market, capturing over 40% market share, and also continuing to expand our lens lineup that will grow to a total of 64 lenses by next spring. We believe that the richness, realism, and freedom of creative expression that is made possible by these advanced cameras and also lenses offers a more rewarding artistic experience backed by Sony's quality and also innovation. Turning to our studios, including music, motion pictures, and television, they continue to turn out smash hits and, of course, very highly anticipated titles. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 grossed more than $700 million worldwide. 22 Jump Street, the sequel to 21 Jump Street, performed very strongly, and its opening $57 million opening in the United States marked the second highest opening of all time for an R-rated comedy. On the television side, our television series, The Goldbergs, returned for its second season and is the #1 scripted program in its time period and up 16% from last year. And of course, our worldwide hit, The Blacklist. Thank you very much. The Blacklist is the #1 sophomore drama. And also, our studios have partnered with our own PlayStation to create Powers, an exclusive television show based on the hit comic book series. And we believe that PlayStation is the ideal platform for this series and very much look forward to making it into a huge hit and another cross-Sony success. So with a growing number of companies looking to original programming as a way of distinguishing their brands and attracting viewers, we're seeing new opportunities in this exciting market and anticipating growth in television production. So we will further strengthen our portfolio in this area with 4K content in both creation and delivery, and will provide even better experiences than ever before. And 4K will definitely continue to be an important area of development and also distinction for Sony. In fact, in looking at what's currently in production or has already recently wrapped, we're seeing a fantastic rate of adoption of our 4K capability and technology among our Sony Pictures colleagues. So shows such as The Blacklist, Night Shift, The Goldbergs, and Masters of Sex, just to name a few, they are all currently being shot in 4K or will start being shot in 4K very soon. On the music side, Sony Music continues to produce hit music from our very popular artists. So some of the commercial achievements from the past year include Pharrell Williams' Happy, which became the year's biggest selling download with 6.4 million units sold just here in the United States. Sony ATV's brand new signing, Iggy Azalea, whose hit Fancy was #1 for 7 weeks on the Billboard Hot 100, and the long-awaited album from legendary artists Pink Floyd that debuted at #1 in the UK and several other countries. So, as I've said many times before, Sony's focus continues to be not only on great products, but on providing you with unique and sought-after entertainment experiences. These wow experiences are what differentiates Sony from our competition, and they are backed by our commitment to quality, leadership innovation, and also supported by expanding entertainment content. And now, to walk you through the latest products and technologies right here at CES, delivering innovations from the area of 4K, high-resolution audio, digital imaging, and also smartware products. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mike Fasullo. Mike?
Thank you, Kaz. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I am so excited tonight to be here to share with you the many great new products that Sony is delivering at this CES. And I'm so excited because I believe our products this year demonstrate even greater focus and, most importantly, relevance, more relevance than ever. And it's our belief that everyone, from professionals to consumers, will see the value of where we're going as a company, which is providing state-of-the-art electronics and digital tools that make life, work, and creative pursuits more rewarding. And folks, there's no better way to start than with 4K ultra high definition. Now, over the past couple of years, Sony has been leading in the evolution and consumer adoption of 4K technology, which follows more than 10 years of 4K leadership on the professional front. And as 4K content gains momentum and additional delivery platforms become available, we're seeing even greater demand of our 4K televisions. You can see the difference with 4K. Stunning visuals, unparalleled color, contrast, and clarity, and now televisions worthy of this advanced viewing experience. At this show, Sony is introducing innovative models that offer unprecedented design, performance, and convenience. We want you to have a perfect picture and an intuitive user experience. But the real showstopper at this year's show is our X900C series 4K TV. As I often say, you have to see it to believe it, so let's go live to the booth and see the engineering and design marvel that this product is. Look at that. It's thin, it's elegant, and at only 0.2 inches, I probably should say 0.2 inch, it is the world's thinnest LCD TV and even slimmer than our Xperia smartphone. The new X900C series is an impressive innovation. Its ultra-slim floating style makes it appear to almost merge with your wall. And the flush surface with edge coating technology makes the bezel virtually disappear. Most importantly, the premium is on the picture. Expansive, borderless, and vivid. It is a design and engineering achievement bringing a remarkable advancement in television in a way that only Sony can. And all of our 2015 Bravia 4K television series bring you the best viewing experience possible by upgrading the picture quality of everything you view, whether broadcast, download, streamed, or played back. And the key to this is our new 4K processor we call X1. In the past few years, we have been enhancing the key elements of picture quality, each year focusing on clarity, contrast, or color. This year, we have made all of these aspects better. The X1 upgrades the picture quality of any source, and it does this by analyzing not just the source's resolution, but also its bit rate to ensure the best possible picture. It enhances precision and clarity and enriches all color to optimum levels with more dynamic range and contrast for peak brightness and deeper blacks. Now you can enjoy everything you watch in more dramatically clear and vibrant picture quality, including natural skin tones and lifelike textures with, of course, enhanced details and less noise. So here's what you can expect to see when you check out our televisions in this very booth at this very CES. No more blurry edges and noisy imagery when viewing lower bitrate and highly compressed 4K streaming content. More true-to-life picture quality for live broadcasts and other high-definition content that make you feel as if you're part of the action and not just a passive observer. Movies and other creative content displayed in their original theater-quality picture, allowing you to have the visual experience intended by the filmmaker or creator. And when you combine all of this with Bravia's new user interface, you get even greater convenience and simplicity as well. And today, I'm pleased to announce that all of our 2015 televisions will run on the new Android TV platform. Go ahead, you can applaud. And we all know that Android is such a widely accepted operating system in the mobile space, and now you can use your TV with the interface that you're familiar with on your OS devices and enjoy content on smartphone, tablet, and TV seamlessly. The Android television experience includes quick and easy user interfaces, such as voice search with unparalleled precision and accuracy. And again, when you visit the booth, you got to try out the voice search. I guess I can't say seeing is believing here, but maybe speaking is believing. It'll pick up on accents. Try to trick it. It's pretty amazing. When we launch, it will translate 42 different languages. and it will enable you to explore a huge range of apps, games, and content from Google Play and enjoy them on the Sony big screen. Now, Bravia's Google Cast will enable you to throw content that you're enjoying from your mobile device to the TV screen easily and intuitively. And we also provide an app for our smartwatch to control your TV from the device on your wrist. Of course, we'll also have Sony's easy-to-use one-flick remote, and this intuitive device allows you to flick through content from broadcast to your personal photo library to streamed content without ever interrupting your current viewing. In addition, you can quickly launch your TV or your apps and directly access your content with our content bar. So with the ease of a flick of your finger, you're able to navigate the vast possibilities of your media and programming content. And one of the most exciting benefits of our expanding 4K offering and our Android-based user interface is the way in which our partners in content creation and distribution are getting on board. Last year, you may recall that on this very stage, at this very show, Sony and Netflix came together to deliver you the largest library of 4K content on the planet. And Netflix has grown into a powerful industry leader. Check out some of these stats. 53 million global subscribers. 63% of US users watch Netflix on their television. We love that stat. And a mind-blowing 2 billion hours of Netflix content is watched every month. Pretty amazing. So this year, in addition to expanding our 4K offerings with Netflix, we've got a few more things up our sleeve. And to talk more about our progress, please join me in welcoming Chief Streaming and Partnership Officer at Netflix, Mr. Greg Peters. Greg? Greg, how you doing? Happy New Year.
Great. On behalf of Reed and all of Netflix, it's great to be here with you today.
Oh, it's great to have you here. You had a great holiday?
Absolutely.
How could you not with those amazing statistics?
What are we going to say, right?
What are we going to say? So I was just telling folks, our guests, that last year we came together and we delivered this library of content, the largest on the planet, and we're going to continue to do that. But we also talk a lot about the customer experience and taking the pain points away from the customer experience. So I talked about some of our new television technology, the X1 processor, faster processing rate, actually looks at the resolution coming in, streaming or otherwise. And I also talked about our one-flick remote. Yep. So simplicity, convenience for the customer and the customer experience. I know this is top of mind at Netflix. How's the alignment there? Can you talk a little bit about what Netflix feels about that?
Much of what Netflix users have experienced on smart TVs the last few years has been about the internet capabilities bolted on the side of the traditional linear broadcast experience. Now, Sony and Netflix have worked hard together over the years to make those experiences better and better. But I have to say, I'm tremendously excited by the work that Sony's done this year to re-engineer the TV from the ground up with the internet at its core, and internet TV is a first-class critical component. At Netflix, we want to help Sony communicate the benefits of this new experience to consumers. With Netflix recommended TV, consumers who want the very best in internet TV, the best Netflix experience, can rest assured that with that Netflix recommended TV, when they hit the Netflix button on the remote control, they're going to get the best. They're going to get everything that the Sony teams have worked so hard to deliver. Instant on, fast and easy access to the Netflix application for content choosing, and video playback that starts so quickly, it's almost instantaneous. Consumers are going to love this new experience.
Well, that's awesome, and we're really happy to hear that you came up with that identifier. I really think that's going to improve the customer experience. So the other piece that we always talk about, it's in our DNA and it's top of mind, and I'm sure everybody in the audience it's top of mind with, as well as high dynamic range. And how do we improve the picture quality in all that we do? So can you talk a little bit about how our engineers are working together and working towards bringing high dynamic range to the consumer living room both from Sony and from Netflix.
Well, we're delighted to continue the collaboration with Sony engineers on delivering the very best in video quality. Last year, we took beautiful, high-resolution 4K Sony displays and paired them with amazing content like House of Cards, shot and mastered in 4K. That was the first step. This year is the next step, high dynamic range, or HDR. Now, 4K is great, but when consumers see HDR, I think they're going to be blown away. This increased spectrum of brightness from the darkest darks to the brightest colors and the whitest whites, it's stunning, and it adds tremendous realism to the content you're watching. And I know every year, Sony engineers are working tirelessly to close the gap between what the human eye can perceive and what these beautiful displays are capable of rendering. And HDR is a significant step in closing that gap. One of the most significant steps that we've seen in the last decade. So I'm tremendously happy to say that Sony and Netflix are going to work together to deliver HDR content from Netflix to Sony TVs this year.
So I guess it's fair to say last year we had a great year. This year we're about to have a phenomenal one.
Let's do it again.
Let's do it again.
Awesome.
Thank you, Greg.
Great for
Ladies
us.
and gentlemen,
Thank you.
Greg Peters. It's actually quite fascinating to see how streaming content such as Netflix has become such an influential force in the evolution of consumer television viewing. But in addition to Netflix, we continue to work with a number of partners to provide more native 4K content. In the coming year, you'll be able to enjoy popular 4K titles from a broad array of services. Whether or not you want to stream, whether or not you want to watch television, whether or not it's user-generated content that you would like, don't worry, we've got you covered. Consumers want choice. Sony is delivering choice. And consistent with our vision to not just deliver devices and content, but to be a part of the content creation process, we are committed to improving the tools you use to create, document, and make. We want you to have the tools of the professionals. And let me share with you just a few ways Sony's innovation is creating a revolution in content creation for you. We have a new 4K Handycam, which turns your personal experiences and adventures into vibrant, high-resolution memories and personal narratives. Not only has it become 30% smaller and 20% lighter, it is also 50% less cost, offered at just $1,000. So let's just say 4K for 1K. Folks, this is the world's first 4K Handycam equipped with balanced optical steady shot. And what that means is that you can record your moments in crisp, clear 4K resolution without the need of a tripod, simply in the palm of your hand. In addition, we are introducing our first 4K action cam for the active enthusiast, the adventurer, and the mobile content creator, or the mom and dad in the moment. Our light and compact 4K model has 4 times more resolution than Full HD. And now, it offers shooting capability at a high bit rate of 100 megabits per second while delivering 4K images with exceptional realism. Additionally, when you capture full HD video with this 4K action cam, the steady shot function enables outstanding image stabilization 3 times more effective than the previous model. And what this does is it allows users to capture high-quality movies during surfing, cycling, skateboarding, and fast-moving actions of all types. In fact, sports legend Tony Hawk spent a little bit of time with our new 4K action cam and sent us some recent footage. So let's please take a look at the footage.
What's up? I'm Tony, and I just got the new Sony 4K Action Cam. And luckily I have a couple of pretty major trips coming up. And I think I'm more excited about the camera at this point than the actual trips, but I'm gonna document them well. And here we are, Mammoth Mountain, day 1. Bluebird, are you serious? Check it out. Have a chance to escape with Lizzie Armanto and shoot some 4K footage together. Off to Tahiti.
They're pretty remarkable. Come on. So what could be better than watching Tony Hawk shoot on a 4K action cam on video? Actually having him here live. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Tony Hawk. Tony, I was going to ask how your holiday was, but it's obvious and clear.
A lot of hard work.
Yeah, a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
You know what I was doing, right? I was here practicing, rehearsing. Never mind.
It was cold, in the bluebird conditions and paddling out to surf. It was a lot of sweat and tears.
It's a tough job, but somebody has to do it. So, Tony, let me just ask you a couple of questions about the Sony Action Cam, and then we'll get to 4K. But it wasn't long ago that to capture a video, actually you couldn't capture a video in 4K like that. But it wasn't long ago to capture a video like that. You would need a crew, you'd need tripods, you'd need multiple people with cameras. Now with the Sony Action Cam, it seems it's become more personal. So how's that helped your creative?
It's now we can take the cameras for granted. It used to be so clunky and it was a process, and if you were trying to actually shoot yourself, you'd get this giant lens and you couldn't do some of your better tricks and things like that, and it was just more of a compromise, and now it's seamless, and you turn this on, you hit the button, and you know that the exposure's right, you know that everything's going to work out, and you take it for granted, and you literally strap it to your skateboard, and it's really changed the way that I view how we video everything.
And you've been shooting video for quite some time. I mean, everybody knows you as the legend in skateboarding and extreme sports, but you've also got a long background of video shooting.
Oh, sure. I had all the Sony Hi8 cameras and the mini DVs and video toaster and some OG stuff for sure. And but now it's just it's the way that I always dreamed it would be.
That's cool. So let me ask you a little bit about shooting in 4K. So you're always doing something fast, and now we can capture 4 times resolution in high definition and a whole lot more data. So how has that helped in your craft, and how is technology helping capture more of what you want the audience to see?
It puts them right in the POV, the way that we use it, the way that we use the selfie sticks, the way that we put it on our equipment. It doesn't interfere with what we're actually doing, so we can do our best stuff and put you right in the center of the action. And with the 4K, the clarity is unbelievable. I mean, I had a blast with those cameras for the first couple weeks, and it shows.
So Tony, when we heard he was going on trip, we gave him one of our early units of the Action Cam 4K, and that's what he was actually shooting here. By the way, I'll let the audience know it came back in perfect condition. So no hardship there. And let me ask you also about, I don't even want to call it the form factor, but from a style and design, it's sleek, it's trend setting, but it also gives you convenience, I would think, it gives you convenience and flexibility as an expert to do different things. Like you said, mounted to the bottom of your skateboard.
Yeah, that was day one actually when I got my first Mini, putting on my skateboard, and it's intuitive too. I mean, the way that you can hold it, you hit the button right away, and it starts recording. I mean, immediately starts recording, which is a huge bonus for what I do. And I've never been able to get shots like that before, and I actually have shots of my board from underneath, and learning new tricks and things like that. It's been a fun journey.
That's a pretty amazing invention right there.
I wouldn't recommend that to everyone, because when it goes wrong, it goes really bad. Yeah.
That's great. All right, one final question. They tell me we've got about 2,000 journalists in the room, so we want to write a little bit and get a little bit of scoop. What can we expect from Tony Hawk Inc.?
Well, new console game this year.
On PlayStation, of course.
On PlayStation 4, of course, yeah. And we're actually much further along than I imagined, so I'm excited it'll be sometime late this year. And I wish I could tell you the name, but I've been put on embargo. But I'll give you a hint, it's got TH in it.
Tony, thanks for joining us. Thanks for being here. Great video. Ladies and gentlemen, the legend, Tony Hawk.
Thanks.
Thanks, Tony.
Thanks, everybody.
So while we're speaking of shooting video in 4K, please remember that our flagship phones, the Xperia Z3 and the Z3B, are also capable of capturing 4K video on the go. So it's got to be clear to everyone that Sony remains committed to providing the very best possible 4K experience, whether you're enjoying content at your home or out in the world creating your own. So naturally, complementing visual quality, we are equally committed to consumer audio quality. Now, for a while, there was novelty in carrying 10,000 songs in your pocket. But now, new generations of music fans are seeking a better listening experience, a higher quality experience, with a variety of products and technologies designed to optimize everything they listen to. High-res audio provides you the best listening experience available. And Sony has been offering the broadest line of high-res audio products in the industry. As the pioneer in developing and promoting high-res audio products, we're happy that the Consumer Electronics Association and its members will be endorsing high-resolution audio with Sony under the same logo. Now this, folks, will give customers and consumers the reality and education they need, that high-res is here and it's available for them today. And we'll continue to give you more choices with our new 2015 lineup, introducing a variety of high-res wireless speakers, home theater systems, and premium headphones, and of course, our flagship high-res Walkman. The new Walkman ZX2 is a great example of the quality of our high-res audio offerings. This Walkman is tailored for outstanding sound, and every piece of material and component has been crafted to realize the ultimate high-res audio experience on the move. But I'm sure everyone here is not ready to delete their personal MP3 library, along with the sizable investment that you've all made in it. Again, no worries, we've got you covered. With Sony's DS-EE-HX upscaling technology incorporated in all high-res capable models, including our Walkman, our Xperia smartphone, home audio player, and wireless speaker, you will be able to elevate the audio quality of your existing music library. So please be sure to go through the booth and hear how our audio products can add clarity, depth, and more emotion to the cherished tunes from your personal music collection. Additionally, we've enhanced sound via wireless transfer using Sony's new digital audio coding technology we call LDAC. And LDAC transmits 3 times more data than conventional Bluetooth. With LDAC embedded on all 2015 high-res capable models, you can enjoy the richness of your music catalog with more ease. By going wireless with Sony, You don't have to compromise sound. And like the new TV range I talked about earlier, our new audio products are also equipped with Google Cast and enhanced music streaming capability. Google Cast now allows you to enjoy major streaming services like Pandora, Google Play Music, Deezer, and others. And it also allows you to expand these services to ensure the best listening options possible. And you can enjoy your music content with our new multi-room capable products as well. At home, your music catalog can be played wireless in any room by grouping your wireless speakers and soundbar to sync in each room with just the tap on your smartphone. Imagine your entire house filled with your favorite music. And the high-res content just keeps on coming from Sony Music Entertainment and from an increasing number of music creators, including Universal Music, Warner Music, and more. So once again, I encourage you to explore our booth and hear what you have been missing. In the mobile products area, our goal in 2014 was to deliver choice across our product portfolio. And we made great progress here in the United States market with our critically acclaimed flagship model Z3, Xperia Z3, and Xperia Z3B, as well as an exciting new partnership with Verizon, in addition to our very strong relationship with T-Mobile. And as you may have heard, both devices are part of our initiative to bring Android 5.0 Lollipop to the entire Xperia Z series, starting globally next month. In addition to the best smartphone and tablet experiences, we continue to expand our vision for smartwear with devices designed to provide you choice. Now, smartwear will help you set goals, monitor progress, get to know yourself better should you desire, and make smarter choices about your health, your body, and your entertainment, and more. It's inspiration through insight for any Android user. To accommodate individual style and taste, our new sleek stainless steel edition Smartwatch 3 will roll out next month, followed by our modular holder, which lets you pair your Smartwatch 3 with any watch strap of your choice. We're also continuing to introduce new smartband styles designed in collaboration with well-known fashion brands. And matching our own internal innovation with the creativity of our partners, we're delivering more variety and depth in smartwear. Smartwatch 3 is the only Android Wear device with built-in GPS sensor. And GolfShot and iFit will both offer Smartwatch 3 users exclusive premium versions of their popular apps for improving your golf and fitness performances. And we're also excited to announce a new collaboration with Virgin Atlantic. Together, we're exploring new ways to use our smartwear products to develop and trial new business solutions across Virgin Atlantic's day-to-day operations and customer service experience. You'll be hearing more news about this in our partnership soon, with trial programs starting from next month. And we're fostering fresh collaborations with developers and partners to integrate their experiences with our popular LifeLog app, using the Open API, which launches publicly today. So in 2015, we're going even further to deliver Sony's connected digital life. And this includes our vision for next-generation smartwear. And today, let me touch upon one example of what you'll find from us here at CES. It's our new concept model we call Smart Bee Trainer. It's an all-in-one sports headset that means you no longer have to carry other devices such as a smartphone or GPS watch. Not only does it keep your running log, it also selects a tempo that guides and supports you through your pre-selected training menu to achieve the goals that you set such as fat burning or improving endurance. And this is pretty cool. It also gives you encouraging vocal advice throughout your training. Just what I needed. So be sure to check out and try Smart Bee Trainer on our treadmill in our booth. By the way, we won't let you on the treadmill, but check it out anyway. So we've come a long way in the last year, and this year promises to bring even more exciting products to market. We've set out to not just be good, but to be great in every category we pursue. I call that focused. And I'm thrilled with how far we've advanced our television, 4K, high-resolution audio, digital imaging, and mobile businesses. But more importantly, I'm excited about the ways our products are aligning to the experiences consumers want to have. As Kaz said at the beginning of this press event, Sony's success in bringing innovative products to market relies on our ability to connect those experiences and products in unique ways that matter to consumers. And throughout my tenure at Sony, I've always been energized by what's new and what's next. And tonight, I think you can see we've showed you quite a bit of that, but we're not stopping here. Sony is uniquely positioned to bring together content and delivery, creativity, and innovation. Our studios, our engineers, our product designers, and our partners share a common vision to surprise and delight you. We want you to say, wow, when you encounter a Sony product. So please, once again, spend some time in our exhibit and discover for yourselves the many ways we can help you be inspired, be connected, be entertained, and be moved. Thank you all. Have a great CES and have a great night.
Call the police and the fireman, I'm too hot. Make a dragon wanna retire, man, I'm too hot. Say my name, you know who I am, I'm too hot. And my band bought that money, break it down. Girls hit you, hallelujah.
Over the next 30 minutes. Anything you saw during the live stream that you have any questions about, you can send them to us on Twitter, hashtag SonyCES, or if you're watching the live stream on Ustream, you put it in the chat, we'll get it there. We have a ton of questions already. We saw a lot of great stuff, guys. I want to start off with a question by iEdit Projects. What new products are we going to see in 2015 to capture 4K? We saw a lot of new 4K stuff, didn't we, Christina?
We certainly did. A couple of the new products that we saw is this right here. It's the 4K Handycam. It's the third in our lineup on the consumer side. Pretty exciting. The whole deal is 4K for everyone, 4K for 1K, so it's $9.99. It's pretty amazing. It shoots 4K video. It shoots AVC HD. Some of the really cool things about it, Anthony, is in playback. Being able, so this is like 4K for everyone, right? So you're talking about, you know, doing home movies, a soccer game, etc. Because let's face it, I mean, how many 4K TVs are we selling now, right? So in a few years, if you don't know someone already that has one, so you will, right?
Sure.
So anyway, like I was saying, one of the really cool things is playback in the camera. So you've got your soccer game, a lot of decisive moments out there, and a lot of times you miss those because action's so fast. You can actually capture those still images right in the camera during playback. So right away, you've got your movie, click of the button, and you've got a high-res JPEG saved to it as well. So you never miss the moment.
Because it just uses the full 4K resolution to capture the JPEG. Yeah?
Exactly.
That's awesome. That's really cool. And we saw a lot of other stuff that's going to be capturing 4K too. The Xperia phones are capturing 4K now, right?
The whole Z3 series captures 4K video. Yep.
That's awesome. So a whole wide range of products, and of course we saw in the SLRs, we're seeing the Sony A7, the A7S.
The A7S, yes.
Is capturing 4K as well.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. We announced that last spring. The other camera this evening that we just announced is this right here. So small, right? You can take a look at that. That is our 4K action cam.
That is so awesome.
It's still got the splash-proof body. It's still shooting high def as well as 4K. The same lens, so it's really bright Carl Zeiss, and it's pretty amazing. Steady shots built in.
Is this one Tony Hawk's? Did Tony Hawk touch this? Is this?
That's pretty weird right now,
Was
right?
that his or no? Was that attached to his selfie stick?
It is. On the selfie stick, that's right.
No, he had it in his back pocket.
Even better.
That's awesome. So talking about 4K again, we saw a beautiful, beautiful new 4K Bravia TV tonight.
Yes, we did.
Tell us about that.
Well, there's three things about that TV. Of course, the first thing is how thin it is. So these guys have props. They have watches and they have cameras. I can do it with this chapstick.
It's not as impressive as
Look
the 4K
at my
TV.
So the TV is 1/5 of an inch thick. The screen on our 65-inch TV, which means the little white tip of a chapstick is how thick that TV is.
That is crazy.
The next thing is it mounts super close to the wall. There's a new mounting system. So if I hold this chapstick, the black part of the chapstick is how far it sticks from the wall when it's hung. Most TVs, even if it was thin, the mounting system, the bracket pushes the TV out. It looks like it's part of the wall. And because there's no bezel, it looks like it's just a window, like you're looking through an open window. And of course, it has our Android TV, so Sony Android TV, running on Lollipop, because somebody was asking if it does that.
Yep, we definitely got some Lollipop questions.
Yeah, which means the latest Android operating system, so you can take advantage of all the cool accessories, games, and stuff that's available on an Android TV.
But speaking of Android TV, all of the Android TV products are compatible with Google Cast, so that's got to be exciting for you guys over in mobile now.
Sure is, yeah. Anything that syncs up with the Android experience is going to be there at the hub with a tablet or a smartphone.
So that's cool. So we did have a question about Google Cast. Are you going to be able to send, what kind of media can you send from your Android device to your TV?
Well, the nice thing is, if you're familiar with a Chromecast, all of the apps that work on the Chromecast will work on on the TV. So I can have a nice Z3 phone. Happens all the time. My kids say, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy, I want to watch something on Netflix." I can open up Netflix using the app, because that's one of the Chromecast. One of the apps that's available as a Chromecast, a cast app. I can go pick the movie and cast it. I can cast YouTube, watch ESPN, all the stuff you can do that you would normally cast. I can even cast from my laptop. So if I'm looking if I open up my laptop and have the Chrome browser, I can cast from my laptop to the biggest screen in the house.
Yep.
So you have a wealth of material that you can do.
Okay, and if you're taking pictures on the Z3 camera, if you're taking video on the Z3 camera, are you able to throw that to the TV as well?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. That's awesome. So Justin Bognar has the big question that I'm sure a lot of people are asking about the 4K TV, Phil. How much does the 4K TV cost, Phil?
The nice thing about it,
the chapstick TV.
the nice thing about the chapstick TV.
How many chapsticks?
You got to be careful with that.
How many chapsticks will it cost?
Well, especially after you do it out there.
Thinner than a smartphone. We'll stick with that one. I think my boss would like that one better. The nice thing about it is we have a wide range of TVs. We have actually several models this year, and this model is attainable. So if you're looking at buying a 4K TV, you will be incredibly tempted to buy this model. And because of it's super smart, super beautiful, and the picture quality is just stunning. So it is not outside the range of a normal human being.
Not set yet, but it's going to be within
in the range of where we were last year.
Cool. Love it. So Andrew Van Til had a question for you, Stephen. No new phones right now?
That's a very good question.
Follow up from Somber Rectal. What about a Z4?
Now, Anthony, we've gone down this road before.
Don't you patronize
we
me
do
here on the
not
live
pre-announce products. But take a look at last quarter at IFA Berlin, where we announced not only a smartphone, but a product series in the Z3 series. So we unleashed a tablet and the Z3 Compact and the Z3, and then at Verizon we had the Z3V. So we're holding steady with that story for now. And here at CES, we're emphasizing the smart wearables, the smartwear experiences.
We did have a couple questions. David Baptista and Alex Derrick noticed that Kaz had a metal smartwatch on his wrist.
And I just happen to have one in my hand. It's not on my wrist because I haven't adjusted the band yet, but here it is. It's quite pretty. So this is the all stainless steel version of Smartwatch 3.
Very
and
nice.
If I may plug Smartwatch 3, it is the most advanced Android Wear device on the market. And there's a number of reasons for that, but the number one reason is built-in untethered GPS. So we announced that last September at IFA, but it wasn't an active feature yet. It depended on applications.
Okay.
So now we have these partner applications that you can download from Google Play, like iFit Outside, for example, to track your running and biking separate from your smartphone. So you can leave your smartphone at home and get that data and see the results there on your smartwatch, and then sync back up to the account.
See, that's nice because so many of the things that I've tried do actually, like, you need to have the phone with you, and for me, that kind of defeats the purpose of having the light fitness-oriented wearable.
It gives you a choice.
You know?
So if you want to go out and you want to run a little leaner and lighter, or if you want to do golfing, for example, there's Golf Shot Golf GPS that lets you work on your golfing without having the smartphone with you as well. So it tracks you, it shows you the distances down the green to the hole and gives you guidance on what you need to do to improve your golf game.
That's really cool. I like that.
I'll take that.
Satya wants to know, so that action cam is waterproof?
It's splash proof.
Splash proof.
So what that means is, outside of its casing, you can get it wet. You just can't submerge it. So if you're, snowboarding and you happen to fall over and it gets a little wet, or if it's raining, it's totally going to be fine. The action cam does ship with a waterproof housing. So within the casing, you can actually take it up to 16 feet below water.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
That's great. And what is the battery life expectancy on the action cam?
Well, it really depends what kind of high-def video you're shooting or 4K. So at 4K, it's about 50 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, and then so I also want to say, it's kind of interesting with the 4K video, you're going to want to get a micro SD XC Class 10 card. It's a whole lot of stuff, but it's a really fast card, so it can process all of that information.
Yeah.
And you're going to be able to get about almost 2 hours on 64 gigabytes, so it's not bad.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So we had a question from DJ Tiger 1970 and a lot of other people, and I think this one's primarily for you, Phil. LDAC.
Okay.
What is this acronym?
Okay. The acronym we don't need to go into, but what does it do for you? It's wireless transmission of near high-res quality audio. So a lot of times the convenience of being able to send your audio from your device, like one of our high-res devices, to a portable music device, you got to have a wire.
Okay.
Now you can do it. You have the convenience of doing it wirelessly, and there's several audio products that support it.
Cool. And I just want to, we had a little bit of a technical glitch, an audio glitch in the beginning. I wanted to reintroduce everybody here. This is Christina from Digital Imaging. We have Steven from Mobile, and we have Phil from Home Theater. And if you have any questions about anything that these guys are covering, that's who I'm talking to. Sorry about that. We were yelling pretty loudly there. It is a convention center. There is a convention
and the music was booming
outside.
out in the back.
It's live. It's live.
It's like a nightclub.
So Yad had a question for you, Steven. If they already own a smartwatch, will the steel band be available on its own?
At this point, it's going to be just available in kit. So we'll see later on if it becomes an optional accessory as well. One cool thing, though, is what you're going to find available soon is an adapter that lets you take the outside of the module and adapt a 24 millimeter watch band to it. So maybe you go outside and find something else you want and customize to your personal taste.
That's great. Kevin Cookie wanted to know, is there any news about iOS integration on the Sony Smart Band?
On the Smart Band, nope, we haven't announced anything. Still focusing on Android for our smart wearables. Now, when you look into some of the concept products that we're talking about here, so not commercial just yet, but when we're looking at things like our smart eyeglass products and a Smart B trainer headset, the intention is, if these products become commercial, is to have them for iOS and Android.
Cool. Got a whole bunch of mobile stuff all of a sudden. This is great. Luke Jackson wants to know, can I use the Smartwatch 3 and Smart Band Talk on the Xperia Z?
Yes.
Done. Just like that, Luke.
Well.
It's that easy. Carlos Edwards wants to know, what is the difference between the 2014 X900B, so this is a TV question.
No, I was going to say
the 2014 X900B, which is the Bravia, that was the flagship last year, correct?
The B was the one that had the perfect combination of speakers, sound and audio. The one that had the speakers on.
The speakers on the side, yeah.
Yes.
The 2014 X900B, what is the difference between that and the 2013 X930C?
First thing is cosmetically it has been redesigned. So the TV is slimmer and it also appears to be slimmer. So it's a more slimmer thing, which is what many customers wanted. The next thing is it also has improved processing. So a couple of things that we want to point out is we're talking about all this 4K content that you can capture Christina and on the Xperia phones. We're talking about all the stuff we can capture. And of course there's streaming services like Amazon, Netflix, even YouTube. So you can now take the stuff that you shot on that camcorder and post it. But that's not going to be the same quality as if Sony shot it. So what happens is the TV now is smart enough to recognize the type of 4K content it's being fed, and it can actually modify its processing to enhance it. And the new processor is called the X1. It also makes your upscaling better, and it makes Triluminos much more vibrant, as well as it makes our extended dynamic range much better. So the TV, if you look at an X900B, which is a great TV, there is a noticeable improvement when you buy an the next X930C.
Now, that X1 processor, is that specifically for the 930C, or is that going to be in all the Bravia TVs?
That is in all
forward?
of our entire lineup of 4K Ultra HD TVs this year. Oh, and there's also these 55, the 55 and 65 is the X930C.
Okay.
The 75 is called an X940C. And the difference between the 40 and the 30 is the 40 has XDR Pro.
The 75 good for small apartments, dorm rooms.
Yeah. But it has. but now you have that. We have a flagship model that's still going to be carried on, the X950B, and the 85 is like $25,000 because it has this great brightness technology, XDR Pro. Now that's going to be in the 75, which is going to be even easier for you to attain.
Gotcha. Cool. I wanted to talk a bit about some of the stuff that was shown at the beginning of the press conference, which was really, really cool stuff. The LifeSpace UX.
Yes.
That stuff is neat. Wait, what? So this is stuff where it's lighting and sound stuff for your home that's completely integrated.
Well, the goal
together.
is, if you look at the TV is another example of that. The goal is, you don't want to look at a TV, you want to look at a picture.
Right.
You want to look at an image. You want that TV to disappear. A lot of times people want technology, but they don't want to see it. They just want it to be there when they want to be able to hear it or utilize it, but when they're not using it, they want it to disappear. And the lifestyle UX space has things like the laser projector. You want a 147-inch 4K picture? It's there, but when I turn it off, it's gone. The symphonic speakers, if I need sound, it's there, but when I turn it off, it's just a beautiful lamp. So the whole goal of the space is to show you how we can incorporate the best sound and picture into your home without overwhelming it with big black boxes. So that's what that whole space is about.
That's cool. And is that stuff kind of concept stuff right now as well, or is there a timeline on that?
Well, most of the products, a lot of products are concepts, but as you can see that we showed the 4K Ultra short throw laser projector last year, and you can buy it this year. So while it's concept, a lot of this stuff is where we're headed.
Very cool. I want to talk a little bit more about some digital imaging stuff too. I mean, obviously we talked a lot about the action cam and the new 4K camcorder, but there's been a lot of new products overall this year as well, right? There's a lot of new DSLR stuff. There's a lot of new. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about some of the stuff that's come out this year.
But we're really driving the industry forward. I gotta say, we announced the A7 line, so there's really something for everyone. You've got the A7, which is your base cameras, your everyday. And then you got the A7R, which basically is for landscape photographers, and the A7S, which is for sensitivity. They're all built on the same kind of chassis, right? They've got little slightly different sensors in them, so you've got different megapixels. You've got 24, 36, and then 12. And 12 megapixels, like wow, it's a 12 megapixel camera. how is that, even going to attain 4K and whatnot, but it's kind of super pixelated, so the pixels are super bright and they're basically ginormous on there.
Yeah, that's what you see, like all these test videos on YouTube where people are like, well, can I light an entire movie with a candle using my A7S? And it's like, oh yeah, kind of, with
the camera
one candle.
sees in the dark. Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, a lot of my friends who are big into video are loving that. I love my A7R, which is it's just amazing detail in that. And then the A7 II, which has some new technology in it as well.
Yeah. So the biggest thing about that, or one of the big things, is the 5-axis stabilization. So you're not only getting your X, Y, and your Z, you're getting the pitch and the yaw as well. So first time ever to do that in a full frame camera. And there's a lot of folks who don't currently shoot Sony, but they want to shoot Sony, and with those camera bodies, you can actually just get an adapter and bring your glass.
Yeah, that's really cool. We got some new questions in. Does the 4K Handycam have a swappable battery? From James Ayers.
Yes, as a matter of fact, it does. So it's running on the V battery, which is in the back. Here you can get them in several different sizes. So this is kind of like a medium, medium sized road. So you can get it even larger. So yes, buy extras, buy larger ones, so you can basically go a long time, shooting 4K.
I have a few of those V's already. You guys are good about reusing batteries. I like that.
I know, right? Hey, you know what? We haven't even talked. I was talking about this whole, taking still images and stuff. But I want to show you this because when the battery's turned on like this, you can actually see this. I don't know if you caught that earlier.
Oh yeah.
But this is the eyeball.
You can see it kind of like wiggle around. Yeah.
That's balanced optical steady shot image stabilization right there. So that whole optical block is kind of suspended. First time we've been able to implement that in 4K.
That's awesome.
So super steady shot. So no use for a dolly, no need for tripod. It's right there.
That's cool. And Eugene wanted to know what is the frame rate in 4K on the Action Cam?
Okay, so you've got the 4K at 30 frames per second and 24. And then in HD you've got of course 30, 60, and 24.
Cool.
So and it's really high megabit as well. So it can go up to 100 megabits per second. So it's a lot of data.
And does that have the 120 that the other Action Cam did as well?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Jaime Jonathan wanted to know: are all the mobile phone friendly products going to be compatible with phones from before the Z3? So I guess he's talking mostly about the smartwatches and the wearables.
Well, yeah, that depends. It depends on whether they can be updated to the Android version first. That particular, when I say all the products, that's always, you can't define what all means. But,
right.
But whether it's compatible Android 4.3 or 4.4, it depends on how old your smartphone is. It needs to get up to that compatible version.
Okay.
And other things like NFC connectivity, if it requires that, like if we're working with an Action Cam, for example, to show the screen on the display, you have to have those kind of things. Wi-Fi Direct. So there's other considerations. So to say all, that's always a difficult question to answer. And I'd say when you say all, there's always going to be exceptions.
Would you say it's in most phones that are in like the current cycle?
Yes.
Or, yeah.
And especially if I would recommend everybody upgrade their phone to an Xperia Z3 series product.
Good man.
Because you're going to see the things like the compatibility with the PlayStation 4 Remote Play experience, for example, right now is isolated to the Z3 series, for example.
Okay.
So the fresher product, more compatibilities you're going to have.
Gotcha. And with and then with things like Google Cast, that's based on the version of Android. So that all depends on what version of Android do you have to have on mobile for a Google Cast?
I would think it'd be 4.4. I don't know for sure, but I think it would be 4.4.
Okay. Cool. Junebug 1976. Will the new TVs work with PS4 and PlayStation services?
The new TVs, just like last year's television sets, are compatible with PlayStation now.
Okay.
So you still have that whole wealth of games that are available, so you can basically just buy this year it's a DualShock 4, the PS4 controller. Last year we used the PS3 controller. So you just buy the controller, log onto the service, choose your game, and you can just play on the device, hit pause, go upstairs to your PlayStation 3, and continue to play, or your Vita, or select Xperia phones.
That's so cool. That's so cool to me that that's all just built in there now.
And you also have all those games. Plus, because we have Google Play, you have all of the Google games, like all the Google Play games that are compatible with Android TV. So the wealth of games that are available, whether you're a casual gamer or a serious gamer, is there for you.
That's awesome. Sajmi Walls wants to know, okay, so high-res Walkman, high-res audio. Do I need special high-res headphones or any kind of equipment for the Walkman to hear high-res audio?
Well, in order to truly appreciate the capabilities of high-res, you should have a nice set of headphones. But the nice thing is, a lot of times people buy high-end headphones, but the music they're playing on it doesn't really take full advantage of the headphones that they're purchasing. So now you get to extract every ounce of performance from the headphones that you have. But if you buy better headphones, you'll hear a difference.
Cool. And can you talk a little bit more about sort of the range of products that we're going to see high-res audio in this year? Just in general, I know people are kind of getting more and more interested in what high-res audio is about. Can you give just like a little bit of an overview?
Well, of course we have our sound, our little sound. We have sound bars that have it. We also have portable speakers that have the capability. We have a very small, ultra compact high-res Walkman. We have a Android, a bigger, higher, ultra high quality Android high-res player. There's even a new outboard headphone amp A to D to A converter that if you wanted to even increase the quality of the higher end Walkman, you can do that as well. So you can basically move into high-res and take advantage of it throughout our entire lineup. In fact, the new TVs, the X930C and the X940C have high-res capabilities using the speakers, or can reproduce near high-res quality using the speaker system, and we're doing that demonstration here today.
That's cool, yeah. It's interesting. There are the little rooms that you can go into and kind of close yourself off with it. And I kind of feel the same way that I felt when I first saw 4K, or even back when HD came out, where it's like you really need to be in a room with it.
Yes.
You really, really do, because I always hear it explained in terms of math and capabilities, but until you hear it, until you see it.
Yeah. A lot of times mathematics does not, or mathematics does not really express what you the benefits. It's one of those things. If you live with a 4K TV or you're around 4K TVs, and then all of a sudden you look at an HD TV, it just looks dim or dull. If you live with high res and you get used to it and you go back, you can't. It's hard to go back to CD and MP3. The nice thing too is we have a new technology called DSEE-HX, and what that does is that is an upscaling, or actually we'll call it up conversion, audio up conversion.
Okay.
So it will take all of your CDs and MP3 music and up convert it to near high res quality, and that's available on our TVs and many of our audio products as well.
And the smartphones too now.
And the smartphones. He was showing me that the new Z3, the new Z3 has that as well.
I don't even want to begin to speculate on how that works as a non-engineer.
There's some big brains out there, man.
It's just like, I don't know, and then they run it through a thing, and it's better.
It's looking for those nuggets of information that your ears can't hear, and it brings it back up to where you can hear maybe I don't know, the tambourine you didn't.
I don't know. The funny thing is, the best I can think of in my pea brain is like some sort of like equalizing. That's got to be
I can give you
off.
a very basic thing.
Yeah.
Basically, compression is a nice way of saying that they take whole chunks of information and they throw it away.
Yeah.
The most noticeable part is most MP3s, when they do the compression, everything above 9 kilohertz, the really high frequencies, they just basically chuck. And which is okay if you're listening to guitar music and stuff, but you're not hearing those fine details that give those nuances that make it sound like a real guitar. The processor takes that missing information and brings it back up to your hearing, because we can hear the 20 kilohertz, so you need more, so that 9 to 20, when it's missing, is noticeable.
That's so much math, Phil.
I know. and I'm just talking block diagrams. Who knows how they do it?
Guys, thank you so much for joining us here and answering everybody's questions. Thank you to everybody in the chat room and on Twitter who sent their questions in. We want to let you know that for the rest of the week, we've got a Twitter contest going on, a sweepstakes. All you got to do is tweet at Sony Electronics and just fill in the blank. Tweet the hashtag Sony CES gadget I want to play with the most is, and let us know what new thing you want to play with. And daily prizes we're giving out: smartwatch 3, high-res Walkman and headphones. Hear it for yourself. Xperia Z3 phone and the QX10 camera. The rules are at sony.com/blog. And to check out more about CES 2015, check out Signal by Sony on sony.com/CES. Thanks for joining us, guys. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you could take my pulse right now.